Hello. Meet my dog. Here, Jeffrey. Say hi. No, he's going to be shy. How's everybody doing tonight? I promised that I would make a video for you all to give you kind of a clue about how I got to green last year and how I made it happen so fast. I started with Unique at the very beginning of September in 2014, and I paid $99 like everybody else did, and was really kind of clueless as to what to expect, how it was going to go, and just as excited to see where it would take me. And because of the activity, the income producing activity that I did in my first 4 months, I was able to go green at the end of my 4th month. I went green at pretty much the stroke of midnight, December, New Year's Eve. I spent my New Year's Eve last year turning green. So it was a really exciting day, and I was exhausted by the end of it, but I was too close to stop, and I made it happen. So, well, of course, not just me. I mean, I have customers, and my team pulled it out. So, without further ado, let me go over my numbers from last year. Jeffrey, you're going to have to go away. He's an attention hog, if you can't tell. All right, so I made my notes earlier. September 2014, my personal sales for that month was just over $3,500. Now, I know a lot of you have not had that kind of an incredible first month, but I'll tell you how that happened. I had 13 parties. I'm counting the parties that actually started at the very end of the month as well. So if I started a party at the beginning of September, through the end of September, I'm counting it in that month. 13 parties, and only one of them was my personal party. That was my launch party. I had 12 other parties booked from my party and then from other people that I reached out to. By the end of September, because of those 13 parties, I had sponsored 5 people. Let's see, 4 of my hosts from that month eventually joined my team. So hosts are always a great place to get presenters, but they all did not come on that month, okay? They were people that joined whether it was the next month or right away or even almost a year later. But I sponsored 5 personally that month. Oh, and only 8 of the 13 parties I had qualified. Okay, so not every party is going to qualify. I earned pink that month and hit my fast start in the first month. In October, my personal sales was still really high, $2,200, almost $2,300. I had 8 qualified parties out of 9. Okay, I had 9 parties that month. 8 of them qualified, but 3 of them were my personal party links. So that just goes to show that whenever your initial party ends, you need to keep those links open, because people are going to want to order from you again, and you want to be able to earn those host benefits. Sorry, my dog is seriously all up in my business. Jeffrey, stop. Okay. At the end of October, I had sponsored 5 more people. So 5 in my first month, 5 in my second month, and 3 of the hosts eventually joined my organization. Now, these people, not all of them are still active. Some of them have fallen off since then, and that happens too. But at the end of October, my PRS being at 2,200, almost 23, I promoted to blue in month 2. Okay? So that's how I did it. And in November, guess what? I had 9 more parties. 2 of them were mine, and only 5 of the 9 parties qualified. My PRS that month was almost $2,800. See, I personally only sponsored 2 more that month, but 2 more people joined the team because of, or underneath those that I had personally sponsored. So I had a total of 15 people, including myself, in my organization at the end of my 3rd month. One host from the parties that month eventually join my organization. And I was paid as blue at the end of November. So I was close to green, but I wasn't close enough. So I let that ride. I was extremely excited to be paid blue again in my 3rd month. In December, my PRS that month, and again, if you're really working your business, you're going to have super high PRS in December every year because it is Christmas time. November should be really high as well for the same reasons. But my PRS for December was $3,300. I only had 6 parties that month, but 3 of those links were my personal links. And only 3 of those 6 parties actually qualified. I sponsored 5 more people. I had a total of 17 people that I had personally sponsored by the end of December. But at this point, 7 more people joined my organization, but not direct to me. They were under people who I had sponsored. My total organization size was 24 people. I was so close to green on the last day of December that I called everybody I knew, every past customer that hadn't ordered, anybody who said they might have wanted to try the mascara. I had incentives going for the team to boost their sales for the month, and I needed some more cash and carry stock. Firm believer in keeping cash and carry stock on hand, and with all of those things together, I was able to get just enough company sales to promote to green on New Year's Eve, December 2014. So hopefully that gives you a clear picture of what it takes to go green, and you can do it even faster than I did, but you have to be dedicated and willing to go out and do the work. You have to be willing to go out and find those hosts, people to do parties. And I was only doing online parties last year. I was not doing vendor events. I was doing a lot of cash and carry sales. But however you choose to work your business, whether it's personal one-on-one appointments with people, I do those as well. Whether it's doing home parties, those are becoming really, really popular now that people are interested in learning about Unique's line of products, not just the mascara. They're wanting to see it face-to-face. If you haven't had a, quote, launch party yet, where you actually invite your friends over to try the products in the kit, make sure you do that. I don't care if you've been with Unique for a year, as long as I have. If you haven't had a home party and invited people over, even if it's one person at a time, to come over and try your kit or go to their house and let them try your kit, you are missing out on tons of sales. And those of you that have done that can probably attest, well, I know can attest to how successful those in-person, in-home events are. This is the time of year for vendor events. Get those scheduled. Do not spend a ton on a booth to do it, but make sure that the ones that you are a part of are well attended, and be willing to step outside of that booth and go out and talk to people. They're not going to just come up to you. You need to be friendly and outgoing and willing to follow up with people after the event. That's where the fortune is, in the follow-up. That's where you're going to find the hosts, where you're going to find the presenters. Just another breakdown, January this year, October to date, I'm going to give you some company numbers as far as how many people were in my organization each month, to show you how, once you get the ball rolling, how quickly it turns into a multiplication. You'll understand what I mean. In January, I had 36 people in my organization. February, it increased to 54. March, it jumped to 77. In April, I hit 90, May 98, June 106, July 130, August 137, September 147, and October to date, we are at 150 people in the organization. Now, I'll tell you, it seems like, I had really huge jumps in numbers throughout the beginning of the year, and it's kind of slowed down in the summer. That's going to be pretty typical. The summer months tend to be slow on sales and on sponsoring, but we're going to see those numbers pick back up. If you have a kick-lash end of this year, you will see your ball rolling down that hill at lightning speed, January through April. next year. That is how I earned the cruise. That is how you're going to earn the incentive trip next year. So if you are willing to do what it takes to win and to win in this business, then this is what you have to do. Book parties, talk to people about, joining your organization. And I want to just touch on that briefly before I let you go. We do not ask people to join our team. We don't beg people to join our team. We don't come at people with, I need this many people to join my organization this month so I can promote. The way that I sponsor people is just by being very genuine. The whole 3 C's, call me crazy. How does it go? I can't remember. I'll have to post it. But anyway, it's like call me crazy, but you offer a compliment. When I was thinking about you, made me realize that you would be really great at this. I've really gotten a lot of success, or I've really enjoyed being a unique presenter, or this makeup is absolutely amazing. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that this could be a really great fit for you. I like to drop little nuggets of, I like to use the power of suggestions. Oh my gosh, I keep thinking about you whenever I think about who would be great for Unique. You would be really good at this. Or somebody posts a gorgeous selfie, and I'm like, you could be getting paid for those selfies. And see what they say. I like to dangle those carrots out there. Give people a reason to actually think about what I said and to come back and ask me, like, what are you talking about? Or, I like to put that ball in their court. Basically, you say something and then you run away. And it's the people who come back to you who want more information or who are asking for you to explain yourself a little further. That is how you do it. It's kind of like dropping those little breadcrumbs. You drop a breadcrumb, and then if it's interesting to them, they'll pick it up. And you drop another breadcrumb, and then if they want more bread, then they'll come after that more bread. Until eventually they're like, oh my gosh, I can't take any more bread. I want to do this. Or, yeah, it's not for me. So the more people that you do this to all the time, eventually, like popcorn, they're all going to come up, at some point. Some of them today, some of them tomorrow, some of them next year. So as long as you're continuing to talk to people every single day and be subtle, drop those little breadcrumbs, drip on people, talk about how, you just earned, presenter of the month, or you were top in sales, or you were just recognized for having a fantastic party, or received this compliment from this host, or your customer service skills are amazing, and that's why somebody should choose you as their presenter, okay? I hope this information helps. If you have any questions, please, send me a message, comment below. But really, the whole point of this is to give you an idea. Like, there really is no secret to my success. I just worked really hard. I was dedicated. I didn't give up. So if you're willing to put in the work and do that, if you're willing to sacrifice some time, obstacles are made to be overcome. They're not meant to stop you. So whatever your obstacle is, whether it's a time factor, whether it's a family issue, talk to me, because I have faced them all. I know how to bust through those obstacles, pretty much any single obstacle you can come up with. So if you are dedicated and want to win this year, I am here for you. I will coach you. I will help you, and I will help give you ideas, brainstorm with you, because there will be a solution no matter what your problem is. So you guys, I love you. Thank you for all you do. If you're part of my organization, just know that you are so special to me, and you are not just a number to me. You are a friend for life, and whether you stick with this business or not. I love you guys. Have a good night.